Hi guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Saturday here, Saturday morning, and I'm having a pretty relaxing morning so far. Just slept in a little bit, had a nice breakfast, gave myself a shave, had a shower. Now we're just having another cup of hot tea. Going with peppermint this morning, it's very tasty. I wanted today to maybe talk a little bit about something completely different than previous videos. So this video is going to be slightly different than previous videos that I've put out. And I hope you won't mind, and I hope that I don't ramble too much. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the musical I saw last weekend. Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen is a phenomenal Tony-winning musical from Broadway, and the national tour was going through Memphis last week. I saw this in June. I was like, oh, well, that's amazing, because it coincided with Rob's birthday, and it just made for, yeah, it was just perfect timing. I was like, so let's go do that. And so yeah, the national tour went through Memphis, and it was phenomenal. If you ever have the chance to go see this, I highly recommend it. The national tour was amazing. I know that the Broadway is Broadway, and Broadway is always amazing. I think people often aren't quite sure about seeing the national tour of a certain show. They're like, oh, I'd rather see it on Broadway. I get that, but keep in mind that these performers, a lot of them have been on Broadway, have performed, the national production, in different countries, Canada. So a lot of them were from Canada as well. But say, for instance, the gentleman that played Evan in this musical had performed Evan on Broadway as well. So they are high caliber, high quality performers, and it was absolutely amazing. I can't not recommend it enough. So I want to talk a little bit about the musical. So spoiler alert, if you are interested in seeing this musical and don't want to know anything about it, yeah, maybe skip this video. I'm not going to be talking about it too much, and I'm not going to go into great detail, so I'm not going to spoil too much about the story that maybe you don't already know. So let's move forward and talk a little bit about Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen is a story about a young man who's a senior in high school and deals with social anxiety. He's a social outcast because of it. He just doesn't know how to handle social settings. He doesn't know how to interact with his peers. And so because of this, he kind of just stays in the shadows. He doesn't like to venture out too much. He just likes to keep to himself, and he struggles with friends. He doesn't have many friends at all. So it's a story about him dealing with his social anxiety a little bit. We also learn about another character named Connor. Connor is also a senior in high school who deals with being a social outcast as well, but his is slightly different, whereas he's more aggressive, verbally abusive, physically abusive, trying to deal with not fitting in, trying to deal with not having any friends, and he also possibly uses drugs, keeps to himself, stays in the shadows as well. We learn early on that Connor has taken his life, and Evan is put into a situation where, in order to not make he's put in a situation where, in order to not make that situation even worse, he lies. And so Evan spends the remainder of the musical living that lie and trying not to make that lie blow up his whole world or blow up in his face. So, this musical, I'm sorry. This musical hits home for me a little bit regarding the story. And the music in this musical is so powerful and so moving that when I listen to it, it does this. So I highly recommend, and it makes me think about personal experience, and I'd like to talk a little bit about that now. I want to talk a little bit about my friend Wes. Wes and I, let's see. Wes was 2 years older than me. We grew up in the same small town, went to the same school, went to the same church. Really wasn't super close friends with Wes growing up. I think it had a lot to do with just being 2 years apart and having different friends. But once we got to high school was completely different. Wes is such a tremendous friend, and we hung out all the time. Wes, like me, he loves sports, all kinds of sports, football, basketball, didn't matter. Loved music. Wes, amazing trumpet player, baritone player. Is that right? Trying to think now what exactly. I know he played the trumpet. Was it the other instrument called the baritone? I think so. Anywho, just amazing individual, super smart, just absolutely smart. We'd spend countless hours just driving, dragging Maine, driving around our small little town, listening to music, listening to things like Pearl Jam and Nirvana and Soundgarden, Smashing Pumpkins, and listening to Les Mis musical, and listening to, what else? Oh, he loved rap. Tupac and Biggie and Dre and Snoop Dogg, and so spend countless hours driving around our small little town, listening to music, and just being teenagers. That's what we did. Even after high school, stayed super close, super good friends. Helped him move. We'd go on road trips. We drove down to Houston. We drove down to Houston one day, spent the night, watched the basketball game the very next day, and drove back right after the basketball game. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold this together. Mhm. 2 years ago, my friend Wes, he took his own life. I believe it was July 3rd. Sorry. I haven't really talked about it a whole lot. Just a little bit. My sister, Rob, I've talked to Rob a little bit about it. I thought this video would be helpful for other people, for me as well, though. So 2 years ago, my dear friend Wes took his own life. I think just finding this musical has just brought all these emotions about that I really haven't dealt with a whole lot. Now, I don't know why he did it. I don't know what he was struggling with. I don't know what he had going on. That's frustrating. Very, very frustrating to me. There are a few, well, all the songs in this musical are great. They truly are. There are a couple songs, though, that just trigger me. There's a song called Disappear that just kills me every time I hear it. I thought maybe talk a little bit about that. I maybe read some of the lyrics for you here. The song is called Disappear, and it goes, guys like you and me, we're just losers who keep waiting to be seen, right? I mean, no one seems to care. No one seems to care or stops to notice that we're there. So we get lost in the in-between. No one deserves to be forgotten. No one deserves to fade away. No one should come and go and have no one know he was ever even here. No one should disappear. I struggle with this song so much. I'll tell you why. Wes still lived in my hometown. And so, of course, I'd be back there every so often for family get-togethers, Thanksgivings, Christmas and different things like that. Or just back for, just to be back. There's so many times that, I can't. There's so many times that I'd be back and I wouldn't give him a call. I wouldn't stop in. I don't know how many times as I'm leaving town that I thought, oh shoot, I should stop and say hi. Because I haven't talked to him in a while. He lived just right out, kind of on the edge of town. And as I'm driving out, there's so many times that I was like, oh man, I should stop. He hasn't got to meet Elliot yet. And Elliot's with me. We can stop and say hi and see how he's doing. Just stop for a minute and visit. No, next time. I can just keep on going. I need to get home. There's things I need to do here. So we'll stop next time. And that kills me. That maybe that's what he needed. He just needed somebody to stop and say hi. I just kept going. I know this is not my fault, what he did. But I can't help but think that just taking the time to stop and say hi to a friend could have possibly helped. Because I didn't know what he was going through. Maybe me just stopping just to socialize for just a little bit, hang out like we used to do all the time, maybe that could have helped. I don't know. When I think about it all the time, I think about it when I think about my other friends. When I'm randomly thinking about somebody, I wonder what they're up to. So send them a text, give them a call. Just check in. I don't. No one deserves to fade away. No one should flicker out or have any doubt that it matters that they are here. I don't know what he was feeling, but I can't help but think that he felt alone, and he shouldn't have, because I'm here. We are here. And we should take the 5 minutes, take the 2 minutes just to say hi, How are you? I haven't talked to you in a while. I've been thinking about you though. So what's going on? What's new with you? I care about you. Even though I haven't talked to you in a while, I still care. So I encourage you to touch base with those that maybe you haven't talked with in a while. You know, those that you've been thinking about and just haven't. Send them a text. Just say, hey, hi. I know we haven't talked in a while, but I wanted to just say, I've been thinking about you. You know, just say hi. The song Disappear just kills me. The song after it is called You Will Be Found. And this song goes out to those people that are in those situations, you know, where they feel lost and alone. It says, have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? I'm going to skip ahead, but it goes, even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. I don't know who will watch this video. I don't have any clue. But if you're watching this video and you're struggling, if you're just struggling, you know, to be, you know, I know that life is tough. I know that it seems pointless at times. It seems like it's just never going to get better at all. Trust me. You're not alone in that. You're not alone. Everybody feels like that all the time. And there are people out there that love you. There are people out there that care about you. They don't want to see you succeed. They want to see you in life succeed. They want you to be around. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that he wouldn't be around, that we wouldn't grow old together, you know, as friends. I mean, just sit around and talk about all the stuff that we went through growing up. The silly nights that we'd spend all night long playing video games and wake, you know, until like 1 in the afternoon and be like, oh, maybe we should go to sleep, get some sleep. So if you're struggling out there, just know that we all struggle. And you're not alone, that people care about you. People love you. And if you know of somebody that might benefit from this video, feel free to share it. I hope that, I don't know, that you've taken something from this video. I wasn't sure what this video was going to be like or how it was going to go. So thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for sitting there and dealing with this. We don't want to live with any regrets, you know? So call that person, text that person, you know, let them know that you love them, let them know that you are caring about them. And I want you to know, if you're struggling, it's okay. It's okay to struggle. We all struggle. But just know that things will get better. There are people out there that love you and that care about you. And things will get better. Trust me, they absolutely will. So, I hope that you've taken something from this video. I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to get it off my chest a little bit. I thought maybe it would help me. And I think it will. I think it has. I know that this musical has brought everything to the surface that I really haven't talked about. So thank you. Thank you for letting me talk about this. Thank you for letting me vent. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I love you all, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.